horror unfolded on Saturday evening. 10 people were violently stabbed on a train which was heading from Doncaster to London. A man has now been charged with 10 counts of attempted murder. Now, the Transport Secretary, Heidi Alexander, said that security arrangements will now be reviewed and more money invested in CCTV. She also said the public can expect to see an increased visibility of police on patrol in mainline stations over the coming days. But she wouldn't go as far as bringing in airport-style security at our train stations. Or should she, Denise? I mean, do you feel safe on public transport? Does this make you think, oh, maybe I won't travel so much on the trains which you use?
Trains are my transport of choice, usually, because I'm up and down from the north, as you know, to the south all the time. I enjoy the train, and I fortunately have never had any bad incident happen to me. This is, of course, horrendous, and I do feel that, you know, lawless Britain is increasing. However, this particular incident doesn't happen a lot on the train. What I would like to see is not necessarily airport controls. Every time I want to go to, you know, Stevenage or whatever, I don't necessarily want to have to go through an airport control situation. But I do agree that we need to see more of a presence, because if somebody is acting, and apparently the person was acting erratically before entering the train, if people are drunk, I don't think they should be allowed on planes or trains. And the only problem is that we have security in, say, supermarkets. But what we see constantly, usually online, is people walking into the supermarket with a gang, knocking over the shelves, taking what they want, and security are told, don't go near them. So we have...
And what are they there for?
Well, that's what I mean. What are they there for?
They're not really...
So we have to give them powers.
The idea is they're a deterrent, Jane, but are they, if they've got no powers?
I mean, we were talking about Kirsty Gallagher last week, who got kicked on the street, and she said there was a security guard who didn't come and help.
Didn't come and help.
So you kind of think, well, what's the point?
But the thing is, all these things we're talking about, extra police, you know, transport police on the trains, whatever it is, scanners, it all costs money.
Yeah.
And we're all facing a budget soon that everybody's worried about. Now, Rachel Reeves has spoken today.
About nothing, about literally nothing.
Which is exactly what I was about to say.
Didn't get me started!
But Denise has said it for me.
I think people were expecting something, though, Jane, because it is pre-budget. So we're kind of going, well, she'll talk about...
Yes, it was a 20-minute speech with a sort of a Trump-style podium and flags and, you know... And she said absolutely nothing other than you've got to wait till November to 26 to find out the details of what I'm going to do. But she did use that time-honoured phrase, which always is a bit of a flag when politicians use it. They either say we're all in it together, or she said we all have to do our bit. And this is where it comes in now that the tax probably, allegedly, reportedly, is going to come down to lower income bracket people, the very working people
going
that Labour...
against everything they said in the manifesto.
That Labour said they weren't... Let me just finish.
Yes,
Labour said that they weren't going to target. And it's like, if we're going to do our bit, or everybody's going to do their bit, how about the government start doing their bit and cutting spending in certain places that are really irritating and putting it where it's needed?
Bringing it back round, Grace, to what we were talking about, that horrific attack on the train. You live in London. Do you use the tube? Are you nervous about travelling? Do incidents like this make you think, oh, I'm not sure? Or do you just think, no, I need to live my life and not worry about it?
I just don't like tubes because I'm someone that is... I'm just so paranoid anyway. I'm like, if something does happen, it's such a claustrophobic space which you can't really get out of. So I always have that in my brain. But I don't like using trains because often there's always someone that's made... I don't know, is acting a bit of a weird way, making me a little bit uncomfortable. They're staring a bit weird, and I know I look like this.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I know, it's always you, Denise, but it's always someone that
Do you feel vulnerable?
Yeah, I do, and I think we don't need airport security because, I mean, we can't get anywhere on time anyway, but if we at least have people looking out for people that are acting erratic or just a little bit different to how you usually would be acting, that would make me feel
Yeah, you can usually spot them, can't you?
Yeah, 100%.
But then it brings you right back to budgets, money, who's funding somebody, you know, platform staff. Anyway, it was absolutely horrific. I do just want to mention Stephen Crean, though, who everyone is hailing as a hero. This is the man who stood in front of the attacker because he said, I couldn't get into any of the toilets. I wouldn't have taken anybody else's place. There were women and children in there, younger people. He said, I'm older, and that's the choice I made. And he stood fast, and he was stabbed in his hand, his head, and he was absolutely amazing. So Stephen Crean, well done you. And,
hopefully he'll get a George medal.
Let's hope he gets something, and we wish you a very speedy recovery if you're watching.